Greetings, children of the apocalypse. Welcome to the updated tutorial series for the MMO action game known as Crossout. You're one of the few survivors that inhabit a harsh new world that emerged after a mysterious global epidemic. The world is in ruins. People only care about their own survival. And the main heroes of this bright new era are guns, oil, and fire, and other means of getting the job done. What job and what means? Depends on your car, really. To fight for your life and the few resources that are still there, you're gonna have to build your own trusty vehicle with your own hands. The cool thing is that you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can make a sporty muscle car with a couple of machine guns on your hood, a highly versatile armored truck fitted with flamethrowers and circular saws, a heavy tank with unbreakable defenses and large caliber weapons, or even a self-propelled combat couch armed with barrel launchers. There's enough different parts, modules, cabins, and weapons to set your imagination ablaze. The clock is ticking though, and there's no time to waste. Our special combat training program will help you to get your bearings as fast as possible. We'll teach you the basics of gameplay and car building and guide you through combat. Let's start with the main thing, getting you ready to survive in the harsh and exciting world of Crossout. We're gonna walk you through your garage, your tutorial fight, and your first rewards. All vehicles in the game consist of parts. There are so many of these that even briefly covering them is a big enough topic for another video, but here are some useful basics. You can see your available parts in the Storage tab, where they're carefully sorted into different categories and are waiting for you to use them. You can sort them by type and by rarity, from the most common gray ones to the exceptionally rare orange ones. For your first vehicle, you get only a handful of starter items. Basic frames, a cabin, some body parts, a couple of machine guns, a car jack, a radiator, a few lights, and 4 wheels. 2 of those are just regular wheels, and the other 2 are steering wheels, as evident from the ST in their name. The starter vehicle is pre-built and is waiting for you in the garage, but you are free to completely redesign it before your first battle. And if you ever want to return to the standard starter model, the corresponding blueprint is available in the tab in the right bottom corner. Every part has a number of key characteristics. Some of them are shared by all types of parts, like weight, and some are special. Some parts, like a generator or a cabin, provide energy, and other parts use it, like a flamethrower, for example. The number of available energy points determines how many pieces of equipment you can have. Structural parts do not require energy, and you can have as many of those as is allowed by your overall vehicle parts limit. Furthermore, every part has a power score, or PS. As a general rule, cabins and weapons have a bigger PS than other parts. Your power score is very important, as it determines the range of the opponents that you're going to get in your battles. The more kitted out your car is, the stronger your opponents will be. Finally, there are durability points. Basically, your vehicle's health. When one of your parts is hit during combat, it loses durability. When it reaches 0, you lose that part. One exception is the cabin, as its durability points are the critical part of your overall durability. If your cabin's destroyed, so is your whole vehicle. It's not just the cabin that adds durability to your health pool, though. Many other parts do that as well. Hover your mouse over a specific part to see if it has durability points, and how many, if it does. It's impossible to talk about parts without mentioning the game's factions. These are powerful organizations that you can actually join to get stronger. By fighting under their banners, you get loyalty points with them, known as reputation. In return, factions reward you with parts and blueprints. The higher your reputation with any given faction, the more valuable the things that they're going to offer you. Engineers are the main faction that is always by your side. You're part of it by default. The other 9 groups, lunatics, nomads, scavengers, steppenwolves, dawn children, fire starters, founders, the syndicate, and the hyperborea are additional factions. You can join the first 3 after reaching level 10 with the engineers. Other factions require you to have a certain reputation level with other factions. Each of those have their own flavor and unique equipment. Lunatics are known for their fast, agile cars. Scavengers like things to be on the heavier and bulkier side. Nomads use aircraft parts to construct well-balanced cars that are light but durable, and Steppenwolves are very fond of their military-grade armored cars equipped with long-range weapons. Others? Well, you'll find out soon enough. By the way, some factions are very picky with new members, and you can only gain reputation with them at specific times. So it's a good idea to be on the lookout for special events, so that you never miss a chance to lay your hands on some unique items. Now let's talk about weapons. In our first fight, we are going to use just 2 basic machine guns. But obviously, you're going to unlock and play with many other weapons throughout your journey. If your vehicle is equipped with many different guns, you can actually go to Weapons and Modules settings to assign specific weapons to different buttons to control them independently. But that's for another day. Right now we have this vehicle and it's gonna serve us well. Press the battle button to make your first step towards conquering the wastes. Initially, you have access only to a single game mode, but as you level up, you'll unlock the full map of the wastes and the ability to choose a particular game mode. In missions, players fight each other to earn scrap metal, wires, batteries, and other trophies that are mostly required for crafting. In raids, a team of players goes against the AI. Each raid has a fuel cost, but allows you to earn copper, one of the most commonly used resources that is always in demand, as well as plastic and electronics. Invasions are fights against massive leviathans, monstrous creations built by other survivors. Brawls are a collection of unique PvP battles with special rules. And finally, clan battles are a special type of battle, with 4 players on each team, where winners get scrap and a special rare resource, uranium ore. It's needed at high levels to craft really valuable parts for your vehicles. But as you've probably guessed from the name, clan battles are available only to people that are part of an in-game guild, a clan. Right now we're going to go into a regular mission. Depending on the map that you get, the objective might be to capture the enemy base, or to control a special zone, or sometimes a few of them. You can also just wreck all of your opponents. That works on any map. There's also info on both teams on the sides of the screen. The list of your allies is on the left, enemies are on the right, and there's a mini-map in the bottom right corner. Okay, the fight is on. A good basic strategy is to get rid of their weapons and wheels first. It gets really hard to maneuver a vehicle even after losing just 1 or 2 wheels. And if they have none, they can't move at all. They'll just be a sitting duck for everyone on your team. It's also a good idea to destroy enemy weapons so that they don't have easy ways to attack you. Without their machine guns, their cannon, or a shotgun, they're not much of a threat. In this state, they have very limited options, like running away or trying to ram you. Not sure that you can hit weapons or wheels? Then aim for the cabin. It's a guaranteed kill. If you see an exposed generator, a fuel barrel, or an ammo pack, that's also pretty good. Shoot them to deal massive damage. If your opponent is well armored from all sides like a proper tank, then it's not a good idea to engage them at close range. Keep your distance and work on their armor first, until you expose the juicy bits inside. Keep in mind that, as a general rule, powerful weapons tend to be pretty slow firing. To make it harder for your enemies to hit you, keep moving at high speeds or use terrain features as cover. There's another big thing to remember. All these pieces of advice can be used against you. Find ways to counter your opponent's moves. There are no universal solutions in the wastes. Even experienced survivors are bound to struggle from time to time when they run into a formidable opponent. If things go south and you find yourself in a position where you can't move or defend yourself, there's still one trick up your sleeve. Hold backspace to activate self-destruct mode. With a bit of luck, you can deal serious damage to your opponent with the explosion. After each fight, you'll see your trophies as well as the progress bar, which shows you your progress towards the next level. That's it! Congratulations! You've just graduated from basic survival training. Now you're ready to win your first battles in the world of Crossout. Naturally, that's just the beginning of your journey as a professional raider. In our next videos, we'll walk you through the basics of car building, parts manufacturing, and trading on the market. See you there!